Interesting that India is betting on Trump, even though the West isn't completely on his side. India sees a powerful opportunity here to move their game forward, and with them, with us, we can do a lot of wonderful things here as a partnership together. Continue watching and stay here to the very end, because I'm here to say there's some powerful insights that we're going to share in today's video. And all that I ask is a like and a subscribe. And of course, every time you hit like, you feed Charlie, and Charlie is always hungry. So while the West is just getting acquainted with the second Trump term, I'm here to say that India is really leaning into the Trump administration. But what does Modi know that others don't? Check it out. So India is positioning itself along Trump's economic worldview. I think that's a very powerful place to be. The fact that India recognizes as our relationship with China still there, but it's cooling a little bit. The fact is that it opens up the doors of opportunity for India. After Vice President Vance's visit to India a couple weeks back, you'll notice that Vance brought his family, Vance brought his wife, who's Indian, and of course with that, it appears as though there's much more going on besides just being a visit from the vice president, but really kind of connecting that the Americans and the Indians come from a common background. The fact is, both of us broke away from Great Britain. Can you believe it? India's connecting much more with Trump's trade policy and tariffs and pressure on China, and much less with Biden's institutional diplomacy approach. The fact is that the United States and India really do have an opportunity to make some great steps forward in our relationship in this new administration. I want to make sure that we're understanding that Vance's visit was much more than diplomacy. It was really an insight to global strategy. In other words, how can we as a partnership prosper economically? How can we as a partnership prosper diplomatically? And how can we be an encouragement to the largest democracy in the world and keep China in check? Because the U.S.-China-Indian triangle is being redrawn right now, right before our eyes, with these types of initiatives. The Modi-Trump strategic vibe check. So check this out, because Trump praised India repeatedly in rallies and interviews. Modi's government has stepped up trade talks even amid tariffs, and they've been willing to meet America on some of our trade demands, which I think is a powerful step forward between the two countries. And I want to make sure that we're understanding maybe something else, that India made in India mirrors America First policy. Very interesting if you think about it. Both leaders distrust China's rise, both for different reasons, but the fact is there's a common interest by both India and the United States to not see China emerge as the world's leading power. That will benefit neither country. There really is trade and tariffs pressure inside the BRICS, right? And when we say the word BRICS, remember we're talking about Brazil, Russia, India, China. And so with that, India is taking a look at the BRICS and seeing this as a very complex relationship, complex membership, and they are really becoming resistant to anti-dollar moves by the BRICS. That's huge for the United States, because China and Russia particularly would love to take away reserve currency status for the United States and take the dollar out of play and go with a different system. And of course, it doesn't help the United States, but it sure as heck helps China and would help Russia a ton as well. And of course, try to undermine the U.S. as a world power. So India appears to be on our side there, but it goes a little bit deeper, because the fact is that Trump really supports bilateral deals, not blocks, which fits India's current play. Because let's face it, we're connecting with them and not with the entire BRICS, because the BRICS might have some different agendas in play, right? So these quiet moves that are taking place, I want to make sure you really understand what's happening here. The fact is that there are joint military drills between the United States and India. There are rare earth mineral talks, which are also extremely important. But beyond that, there's actually defense development taking place between the United States and India. The fact is, different ideas about what should be happening in the Indian Ocean, what should be happening on the ground in India, and maybe defensive postures India can take, because they've had a hot and cold relationship with China all along. Of course, the thing that matters most to you is, how does it affect you and the country that you live? And the fact is that the U.S. investors should watch a couple of very, very important trends here. For instance, there's an India ETF flow that you really want to pay particular attention to. The INDA, I'll have that here listed, as well as the EPI. A couple of interesting trends to follow, right, if you're into the financials. But maybe more important, U.S.-India trade news really does trigger semiconductors, agriculture, defense, and defense technology. So once again, powerful places and incubators for meaningful growth between the two countries. So as Trump develops his new first year in office, I want to make sure that we understand that India really becomes its loudest, most quiet ally. And if you think India really is the U.S.'s next real area of development and economic partnership, leave a comment below, because your thoughts really do matter. And I know that I'm going to hit a nerve with a number of the people that watch today's video. I get a lot of people from the UK, Canada, but I'm also getting a lot of viewers from India, or people that have people back home in India. And you know what? You're going to be able to provide some amazing insights here as well. Anish commented last time, and I'm here to say that his insights really do help, as long as yours... Let's try to close again. So at the very end, I want to make sure that we understand that U.S. and India really does have some real great opportunities to grow, to develop economic partnerships. And the fact is, the comments that you leave below really helps fill in some of the gaps that this video is going to have. The fact is that whether you're in the United States, Canada, Great Britain, or India, your insights matter a lot. Geez, Anish made a comment last time that kind of made me smile and laugh, that he's all about further development in this relationship between the United States and India. And I know there's a ton of like-minded people here, because I want to remind you, India and the United States have a lot in common. And the fact is, I'm seeing a wonderful relationship that's starting to prosper. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. And the biggest battle we fight is the one between our ears. Stay healthy and celebrate all of your victories. And I'll see you in the next video.